My boyfriend's coworker came to my apartment crying, saying she needed to talk to me about my brother. The problem is, I don't have a brother. Welcome to Raw Reddit Tales. Please subscribe and leave a like for us. It means the world to us. Also, share this video with your friends and family and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos from us. Thank you. Sit back and relax as we dive into this spicy story. Last night around 9 p.m., there was a knock at my door. I was halfway through watching You People on Netflix, so I almost ignored it, but the knocking didn't stop. It was fast, shaky, like whoever was outside couldn't stand still. I opened the door and there she was, Jenna, Mason's coworker. I recognized her immediately. She's the one who helped me set up drinks at Mason's office barbecue last summer, always smiling, polite. But tonight, her eyes were red and swollen. "Is Mason home?" she asked, voice cracking. I blinked. "No, he's still at work." "Why?" She hesitated, biting her lip. "I really need to talk to you about your brother." I frowned. "My brother?" "Yeah," she said softly, like she was scared to even say it out loud. "Mason?" I just stared at her. "My brother Mason?" She nodded, looking confused by my reaction. "He's been seeing me for a while, but I found out tonight he's been cheating. I just thought you deserved to know what your brother's been doing." It took me a few seconds to process her words. Then I almost laughed, not because it was funny, but because my brain couldn't catch up. "Jenna, Mason isn't my brother." Her face froze. "What do you mean?" "He's my boyfriend," I said quietly. "We've been together for over a year." She went pale instantly, like the air had been sucked out of her lungs. Her lips trembled. "He told me you were his sister," she whispered, "that you lived together to save rent." I felt my knees weaken as reality set in. Mason hadn't just lied, he'd built two different lives under one roof. For a moment, Jenna and I just stared at each other, both too stunned to speak. It felt like the room itself went silent, like even the air didn't want to move. She slowly sank onto the edge of the couch, shaking her head over and over as if replaying the words in her mind. "He told me you were his sister," she whispered again, her voice breaking this time. "Oh my God, I've been at his house. I've eaten dinner here. You were here, weren't you?" I nodded numbly. "Yeah, probably in the bedroom. He always said his coworker dropped by to discuss campaigns." Her face twisted with disgust. She covered her mouth with her hands. "I thought he was the sweetest guy," she said softly. "He'd leave early from work, say he was heading home to check on you, said you were his younger sister and had anxiety. He made it sound like he was taking care of you." I felt my stomach turn. "Taking care of me?" I repeated, my voice cracking. "He was taking care of his lies." Jenna started crying again, real tears this time, the kind that come from humiliation, not heartbreak. She kept apologizing like she'd done something wrong. I sat beside her, unsure what to say. None of this felt real. I kept glancing toward the door, half expecting Mason to walk in with that same fake, tired smile. "He's been seeing someone else too," she said after a pause. "That's why I came tonight. I caught him texting another woman. When I confronted him, he stormed out, saying he was coming home to his sister. I followed him here. I thought you should know what he's doing." My chest tightened. "So he has 3 women?" I whispered. She nodded slowly, eyes glassy. "At least." I leaned back, my whole body trembling. The betrayal didn't just sting. It made me question everything. Every late-night text, every team dinner, every busy weekend. He wasn't just cheating. He was running a damn show. Jenna wiped her tears and stood up. "I swear, I didn't know. I wouldn't have come near him if I knew." "I believe you," I said quietly. We were both fooled. Just then, the doorknob turned. We both froze. The doorknob twisted slowly, the metal clicking like thunder in the silence. Jenna and I locked eyes, both frozen, breath held. Then Mason walked in, looking exhausted and completely unaware of the emotional bomb waiting for him. He stopped mid-step when he saw us. Jenna?" His voice cracked slightly, that fake calm tone he used when he knew he was in trouble. What's going on?" Jenna stood up immediately. "You tell me, Mason." She snapped. Her voice shook, but there was venom in it. "You told me you were going to your sister's place tonight. Guess what? I just met her." His face drained of color. He looked at me, then back at her, his mouth opening but no words coming out. "Mason," I said quietly, standing up too, "do you want to tell me how long you've been lying to both of us?" He rubbed the back of his neck, eyes darting between us. Okay, just let's not do this right now," he stammered. "Jenna, can we talk outside?" "No, we're talking here," she snapped. "You made this mess here." I folded my arms, my voice steady even though my hands were trembling. "She thought I was your sister, Mason. You told her we lived together because of rent. Does that sound familiar?" He started pacing, muttering something about misunderstandings and trying to protect feelings, but every excuse sounded thinner than air. Jenna threw her phone on the table. Messages, photos, proof of everything. "You lied to both of us. You made me think I was special while you were living with her," she said, pointing at me. He finally looked at me, desperation in his eyes. "It wasn't like that, I swear." "Then what was it like?" I cut in. "Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you built 2 lives, one for show and one for fun." He stepped forward, voice breaking. "I messed up, okay? I didn't mean for it to get this far." Jenna scoffed. "You mean you didn't mean to get caught?" The tension was unbearable. The man who once made me feel safe now looked like a stranger in his own home. And just when I thought the night couldn't get worse, his phone started buzzing on the counter. A woman's name flashed on the screen. The name flashing on the screen made my blood run cold. Babe. Neither of us moved. The phone kept vibrating on the counter, the sound slicing through the thick silence. Mason lunged for it, but I grabbed it first. His voice cracked. Don't. I unlocked it. He never changed his passcode. My hands were shaking as I scrolled through the messages. Jenna standing beside me like she couldn't decide whether to scream or faint. The chat opened instantly. Pictures, heart emojis, hotel bookings, voice notes. The woman's name was Lena. I didn't even know who that was. Jenna whispered, "Oh my God, there's another one?" Mason's face fell apart completely. "It's not what it looks like," he said, his voice hoarse. I stared at him, half laughing in disbelief. "You seriously think there's a version of this that looks better?" He tried to reach for me, but I pulled back. "You lied to me. You lied to her, and now there's a third woman? Who even are you?" Jenna stepped forward, anger overtaking her tears. "You told me you loved me, Mason. Every night after work, you'd call me from this place, from her house, pretending to be exhausted. I defended you when people said you were shady." Mason ran a hand through his hair, pacing like a trapped animal. "It wasn't supposed to be serious with anyone," he blurted. "It just happened." I scoffed. "You accidentally dated 3 women and told one she was your sister?" He looked like he wanted to disappear. Jenna grabbed her bag and said, "You're disgusting, Mason. You don't just ruin people's trust, you ruin how they see love." I felt tears finally burning at the corners of my eyes, but I refused to let them fall. I wanted him to see me calm, controlled, unmoved. "You know what's sad?" I said quietly. "I was going to move in with you fully next month. I thought we were building something real." He reached for my hand. "Please, can we just talk about this?" The phone buzzed again, a new message from Lena. Open quote. "Can't wait for our weekend. Did you tell your sister you'll be out of town?" Close quote. Jenna let out a bitter laugh. Guess I wasn't the only one who believed that story. Mason's face turned pale, and that's when I finally snapped. Something inside me just cracked. I wasn't screaming, I wasn't crying, but my voice came out cold enough to make Mason flinch. "You know what, Mason? You're going to sit down and you're going to explain every single thing, because right now, I don't even think I know your real name." He opened his mouth, but nothing came out. Jenna crossed her arms, glaring at him. "No, let him talk," she said. "I want to hear what kind of excuse he gives for juggling 3 women at once." He finally sat, rubbing his face like he could hide behind his hands. "Lena was just someone from the gym. It was a mistake, okay? I was stressed and I cut him off. "You were stressed, so you built a fake family tree? You told your coworkers I was your sister, Mason. You had women in and out of this apartment like it was a revolving door. And you didn't even have the decency to cover your tracks properly." His jaw tightened. "You don't understand how complicated things got." "Complicated?" Jenna snapped. "You made it complicated. You lied because it was easy. You wanted everyone to think you were this sweet, responsible guy taking care of his sister while you were sleeping with half your office." He stood suddenly, his chair scraping against the floor. "I made mistakes. Okay? But I love you," he said, looking straight at me. "You're the one I wanted to be with." Jenna laughed bitterly. "He told me the same thing last week." I stared at him, every memory replaying like a cruel joke. Movie nights, the key he gave me, the way he'd hold me when I was sick. All lies. "You don't love anyone, Mason," I said softly. "You just love attention." He tried stepping closer, but I stepped back. "Don't," I warned. His phone buzzed again. This time it wasn't Lena. It was a message preview from someone named Rachel. Open quote. "Still can't believe you're single. See you tomorrow night." Close quote. Jenna gasped. "There's another one?" Mason's face went blank. His voice dropped to a whisper. "She wasn't supposed to text me here." I looked at him one last time, the man I thought I knew, and said, "You're done lying. Tonight, everyone's going to find out who you really are." And that's when I reached for my phone. I unlocked my phone with trembling fingers. Mason's eyes widened. "Wait, what are you doing?" he said, voice rising. I ignored him, scrolling through my contacts until I reached the one I was looking for, his boss. Jenna's gaze snapped toward me. "You're really about to do it?" "Oh, I'm past about to," I said flatly. "You humiliated both of us, Mason. You lied to everyone. Might as well let them all know who they're dealing with." I hit the speaker icon, the room filled with ringing. Mason's face went ghost white. He tried reaching for the phone, but I stepped back. "Don't even try it," I warned. "Hello," came his boss's groggy voice from the other end. "Hi, this is Sarah," I said calmly. "I think you should know that your employee Mason has been using company events and work hours to juggle multiple relationships, including 2 coworkers." Jenna added sharply, and he told them both different stories, one of them being that his live-in girlfriend is his sister. There was a pause on the line, that heavy kind of silence that means someone is writing it all down. "Thank you for informing me," his boss said slowly. "We'll handle it internally." When I hung up, Mason looked like his entire world had crumbled. "You just ruined my job," he said, almost whispering. I met his eyes. "No, Mason. You ruined your job the moment you decided to turn your life into a web of lies. Jenna grabbed her purse, her expression softening as she looked at me. I'm sorry you had to find out like this. You didn't deserve it. I managed a small, broken smile. Neither did you. She nodded and quietly left, leaving me and Mason standing in what used to be our home. The air felt heavy, stale. He reached out one last time. Can we at least talk? No, I said, stepping away. You've done enough talking. Now it's your turn to sit with the silence. I picked up my overnight bag, the same one I'd packed the last time he lied, and walked out without looking back. As the door shut behind me, I heard him calling my name, voice cracking with panic. But I didn't stop. Sometimes revenge isn't loud. Sometimes it's just leaving quietly and letting them drown in their own guilt. The end. Please like and subscribe for more interesting stories like this. What do you think of this story? Please comment below.